If you get cheated on and you've got their Uber, buy yourself a few things before you hand the phone back.
So I walk over, just like that, and snatch his chain. And I'm not proud of that. But this is when I knew I have to stop letting men control my emotions.
He says, we had 2 dates, so are we picking up or are we left off? The way I see it, we should be having sex. Laughing emoji, he's not joking. Wow, I say.
I don't blame women when they say, like, I've been celibate for 19,000 years. I've sworn off men. I'm happily single, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, yeah, nah, I get it. Bro, men be so dumb sometimes. I mean, oh, man. Men just be dumb. Just brazen. Brazen. That's the better word. But dumb, too. Oh, man. I'm never happy to see a woman catch a man cheating, or a man to catch a woman cheating, even, because that means that the person they had to cheat and they had to get cheated on. And I don't like that. But I do, obviously, if you're getting cheated on, I would love for everybody to find out, right? I think that is great. Protect yourself. I'm with all of that stuff. But man, this right here, these guys, I can't. It ain't even nothing I can say. I don't have no words for this. This is just ridiculous.
Well, bitches, if you get cheated on and you've got their Uber, buy yourself a few things before you hand the phone back. I think I'm going to stock up on my Pepsi Max. Might get some McDonald's for 2 delivered as well. Don't know if I'm feeling silly. So he ordered McDonald's for him and the girl, which is so nice. So I'm giving the Uber delivery guy 5 stars and I'm going to tip him $50. Next, submit. Oh, I love this shit. Oh, look what I've also found. Tip automatically. Set the default tip amount for every trip. Wow, how good. What should we do? I'll do a tip of 30%. A 30% tip. Yeah, beauty. Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Let's see. I think she sent these to herself too. She said, say thank you on behalf of his Uber. I've officially been kicked off of the Uber. Fun's over. Hope you enjoy this as much as I did. Damn, he finally figured it out. So obviously this dude cheats on his girlfriend. Like she said, she had his work phone, and that's how she caught him, pretty much. All right, brace yourselves.
On Friday night, I lost my phone in an Uber. So nice of him. He let me use his work phone. This idiot didn't realize that his Uber was also connected to his work phone. And moral of the story, men, if a girl asks you a question, for example, where have you been? She already knows where you've been, so just be honest. Anyway, he goes out on the piss with his girlfriend last night, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And he's being sus. He's not responding to any of my messages. It's just weird. I tried to call him a couple of times trying to get my phone back because he could only contact this Uber driver on his phone. So I'm calling it, he's ignoring me, nothing, radio silent. And I wake up to a notification at like 1 a.m. on his Uber account saying, I've arrived. And I was like, okay. And then I look at his Uber. He's been dropped off at someone's house. Totally not where he lives at all. And he was there. He was parked up. And then I saw he had an Uber Eats delivery on the way, which was McDonald's for 2 people, 2 meals. Yeah, I was like, oh, great. And I was like, I went into full panic mode, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, he's probably at an after party, ordered some Mackies, whatever, okay? I try calling him, okay? Doesn't answer. He's ignoring me for a reason, because he's with another bird. And in the morning, he hasn't responded to any of my messages. It gets to like 10:30, and I try calling him again because, whoa, he gets another thing on his Uber that his Uber's on the way. Oh, the Uber's picking him up from the chick's house that he stayed at, didn't he? And then I'm watching him in the Uber heading back home, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna call him now. Goes through, doesn't pick up, and I just went, come on, bro, like, answer your phone. And he's like, just give me 10 minutes, I've just woken up. Oh, that's weird, because I know you haven't. So anyway, I'm like, right. And so I started being a little bit snotty. And then he's like, why are you being like this? Like, it's not my fault that it's so hard to get your phone back with the Uber. And I'm like, I call him. He finally picks up, and I chuck him on FaceTime. And I was like, where did you stay last night? He literally goes, oh, at home. See, look, I'm here right now. No hesitation, just a blatant lie to my face. And I was like, okay. He's like, what? I was like, you realise your Uber's connected to your work phone, right? Uh-oh, he was gagged. He was just like, right. I was like, yeah, I know you fucked someone. He's like, no, I didn't fuck anyone. I was like, whatever, mate, you're a dude. I'm not even surprised. I didn't even cry about it. Because it's literally, I'm just not even surprised.
For a woman to get to the point of like just indifference when a man cheats on her, that's how does that not show you how terrible men are? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm listening to that, I'm like, damn, men got to be pretty fucking terrible for a woman to be like, I didn't even cry. She's not, mind you, it's not like she's some sociopath, like she doesn't have feelings or emotions. She's just like, at this point, men are just so predictable. Men are so predictable. Oh, not all men. Da, 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 da. If it ain't all men, then why didn't she react the way that you would expect a woman to react? If it's so uncommon, I'm saying, I know it's not all men, but if it's so uncommon, why do you think she didn't react the way that you expect her to react? I would expect somebody to crash the fuck out if they get cheated on. Right? Seems like the natural reaction to have. She's like, no, I'm going to order some fucking Mackie, whatever they call McDonald's. Order some Mackie and some Pepsis. Then I'm going to order myself some flowers and shit. I'm going to just have this is bro, man. Oh my God. This is crazy. Like, to get to this place is wild to me.
When I was in college, I was in a relationship with a horrible human being. Let me preface that. But I'm in my second year of nursing school. And this guy, notorious for cheating on me. I'm notorious for going back. You know, and again, a hard lesson to learn, but I'm 19, 20. I'm just like, it was a silly mistake. Like, it was a mistake. That's what I'm telling myself to feel better. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Mistakes happen once. Choices happen after that. You're making a choice to cheat, you know? So anyways, so we're in the club or whatever. We're both Greek. If you know me, you know I don't go to parties. This night, my Neos wanted me to pop out. So what I do, I pop out. It's also his birthday. It's his birthday. So we're in the club. Me and my friends, we standing while the noobs are strolling through. I happen to look out my peripheral vision. I see this man as he sees me. He knows I'm here. I see him going down on a girl, and the girl rubbing her hand down his chest. Mid-stroll. And this is when I knew. So I don't say anything. I slide past my friends like nothing is going on, because if they knew what I had seen, if they knew I was upset, they were going to try to take me up out of there. Oh, let me add this in there. The club was family friend owned. Keep that in mind. So I walk over, just like that, and snatch his chain. And I'm not proud of that. But this is when I knew I have to stop letting men control my emotions. Because had that not been an establishment where the owner is a family friend, they could have called the police on me. They could have got me arrested. And I could have lost everything I was working towards. And at 21, that's a rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. So anyways, I do that. Mind you, they're still strolling, right? So I do this big stroll. So everybody's like, what's going on? People are video recording. So it's on video because they were strolling. So you know how girls be, they recording a new strolling or whatever. So then they separated as my friends are like, Naraya, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? So I'm trying to explain to them, like, he tried it. I gave him what he was looking for. He better not try it again. He's telling the owner, like, get that BLTCH out of here. Get her out of here. Call the police. So I'm standing behind the owner, who is my cousin's children's father. I'm standing behind him. I said, he ain't doing nothing. You get out of here, right? So this goes on and on or whatever. So, like, the owner, he's basically like, y'all need to chill, blah, 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 whatever. So then, I don't know how this happened, but I got that man keys. So y'all know what I did. I took the keys. You ain't going home. I don't know how you gonna get home. You might want to call a ride, but you're not going home with your car. So I took his keys, or whatever. So he's sitting over in the corner. So after everything died down, he realized that the owner is clearly not calling the police and making me leave. I stayed with my Neos. I don't know why I did that. I should have went home, but I didn't. I stayed with my Neos. I continue to enjoy my night. I look over, he in the corner, head down, crying, like he crying. You wasn't crying when you was disrespecting. If you can't, I don't understand. Like, don't do something and then, like, I couldn't process why. Like, are you for real? You the victim, huh? Okay. So I took his keys, and dropped him off at his mom's house. Don't know how you get in your car, but sorry. So that was 3 years ago. I am not proud of it at all. But it was a lesson. It was a lesson learned, and it definitely taught me to have more self-control. That was like, crashing out like that. One, it's not cute, but also it's not good for your mental, you know? And now I'm 24. So that was when I was 21 or 20. I think I was 20, turning 21. And looking back on it, like, I wouldn't say I regret it, like, with great remorse, but I'm not proud at the fact that I conducted myself in such a way that that's just not who I am, you know? And I'm more so regretful at that. Like, I should have never let a man allow me to get like that, to where I'm embarrassing myself, you know? Like, people are recording me punching this man in his face, like, and snatching his chain. Like, that's not, you know, like, looking back, that's a little funny. Like, why did I do that? But it's not cute. Like, it's not a representation of who I want to be. And in that moment, after that situation, it made me realize this is not who I want to be. And when I started to realize that, I'm like, yeah, you gotta go. Because, this is another story for another day. There was a point in time where I failed my exam because he was out cheating. My lying sister calls me like, yeah, such and such is in my building. I said, what you mean? So that'll be part two, okay? So, you know, one thing led to another. I'm in the building all night, right? Back and forth or whatever. So anyways, it got to a point where it was starting to be real clear to me that I'm about to lose everything I worked for. and possibly get kicked out of nursing school. And if that happens, I wasn't scared of anybody but my father. And if that happened, I knew how much disappointment my dad was going to have. And that made it easier for me to walk away from the situation, in which I did.
So the video before, you see the difference in how they handled it. But she was younger, obviously. But that's why I can see why the other woman was like, I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even about to go to, because it could drive you. I understand this reaction. I understand both reactions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I don't know how you crashed. Like, I completely understand crashing out, but also understand you being like, you're a dude. Like, you're a guy, and just laughing at that shit. And not, of course, she was hurt. Of course, she said she was having a panic attack prior to that. But like, I can understand how she composed herself and was just like, I'm about to, get back at him with this, and then we're breaking up and whatever. Because really, the biggest L is losing the woman. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was just like the difference in maturity levels, because she was a 20-year-old, young, really young woman. And this other woman is a little bit older. It looks like, probably in her 20s too, but it's just like more mature or whatever. I bet you now she's reacting closer to how the first woman reacted. If it happens to her again, hopefully it never happens to her again. But if it happened to her again, that's how she would react. Also, I can see her being on some like, I'm not dealing with men because men are weird. The behaviors of men, it's just problematic. And it's so disgusting. And and every single time I come across this material, more and more, I'm like, ugh. It's not fear mongering. The women they're not exaggerating these stories. These stories are not exaggerated. And these stories are fairly common. Like, you have a good chance of being one of these women. If you're a woman, you have a very good chance of being one of these women. Like, a really good chance, like more than likely. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be one of these three women. And that's why they just don't want to deal with us. And I completely understand. Like, just peep how weird dudes are, how problematic men are. Wow, I don't know how to say it, but it's like, let me put it like this. I don't blame women when they say like, I've been celibate for 19,000 years. I've sworn off men. I'm happily single, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, yeah, nah, I get it. I get it. I would never argue. Never. I completely understand.
I'm going to show you guys exactly how men use dating apps and how they're using it for free sex work. 90% of men, period. Your husband is not on the apps. It's all a lie, and it's serving to prop up the worst kind of men, feed their egos, and free therapy and free sex work, period. And I'm going to show you. So I had a date with this guy a while back, and he said something that I didn't like, and I ended the night and walked away. I was always like, maybe I cut things off too quickly. Maybe I was being too sensitive. Maybe I overreacted, second guessing yourself as a woman. So this guy comes back into my life like a year later after I cut things off. And we had 2 dates before I cut things off. 2 dates. 2 dates. 2 dates. We go back and forth a little bit before he says, we had 2 dates, so are we picking up where we left off? The way I see it, we should be having sex soon. Laughing emoji, he's not joking. Wow, I say. He goes, yeah, you were not a cheap date. I'm like, honey, it was pretty cheap. Yeah, with the parking ticket, it was $350. Then he goes, you were my last date. I quit after that. I'm like, quit dating? Yes. He's like, no, seriously. I said, we could have talked about it. Yeah, I was hurt too. I spent $350 for no reason. Not even a blowy. I just stopped dating because it's a waste of money. This is why you need to stop giving access to these men. Stop going on dating apps. I'm telling you, 95% of them on the dating apps are fucked. Fucked in the head. They're fucking losers. And they think like this. Oh, and the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, I had some fun with you, and you're hot. I was looking forward to seeing your boobies. And then he sent this. Asked me to circle which ones I am.
I got to see these. Bro, these dudes got corn brain. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is disgusting. The fuck are you doing?
Asked me to circle which ones I am. Man, that chivalry was dead. This is my on the street investigation. This is why I let this convo go for so long to get all my data, you know? Because this is exactly how they feel. We got tricked into this whole hookup culture is empowering for women. Yeah, if it was somebody that respects and likes women. Dating apps is for men to get free labor, period. And this lie that we've been sold that we can meet our match there, it's a great place for dating, is total propaganda. These men are not on the apps for you. As soon as you say, hey, I'm actually a complex person with needs, I'm not gonna be the cool girl for you, this is what happens. Mind you, I'm being super nice. One, I'm just curious, and two, programming, right? It's like maybe I was too dramatic, maybe I was too this, maybe I was too that. You can be meaner. You can trust me. You can be meaner. You're not being mean enough. How they're using it for unpaid sex work. 90% of men. I always wondered when I was on the apps, like, why every experience was so diabolical. And I knew that I was calling them out on their shit for a reason, blocking them right away. But then, of course, like, there would be times when I would second guess myself. Ooh, did I block them too fast? Should I have gotten to know them a little bit? I cut things off too quickly. And the answer is no. My intuition was always on point.
It's just like you could just see how there's no win in it for the women at all. Like, so you got the woman with the boyfriend, he cheats, you know what I'm saying? He is clearly just with her as like a warm body. He's just using her for sex, it seems like. I'm guessing. Maybe emotional, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but he's using her, right? And he's sleeping with some other woman. And then the single women get with the men that are just like brazenly, openly just admitting to wanting to be with them for their bodies and their labor. Yeah, that's why the women are just indifferent. That's why they just don't give a fuck. They just don't care. And I'm like, yeah, no, I understand. I get it. I completely understand. Now, I'm not dating, and this is why, like, also when men be on some like, you don't know what it's like out here for men dating. I'm like, nah, it ain't what it. You guys are fucking lying about it. You guys are lying about it because you never see these stories coming from men. You never see these stories coming from men, right? The reality is that dating is ridiculously easy if you are a halfway decent man. Ridiculous. I mean, you can be a terrible man and it's still easy, but it is ridiculously easy if you are a decent man. Extremely easy. She listened to what happened. She gave a man a second chance that she had already blocked a year before. She gave him a second chance. So imagine if he was just like a halfway decent man, he never would even have gotten blocked to begin with. He had the opportunity. It ain't like the women aren't giving you an opportunity. You guys are just fumbling it every single fucking time. Every single time. And the women are comparing notes, and it's becoming increasingly harder for you to do it to them. They're just staying away. Because if they do give you the chance, they end up getting burned. And if they end up getting burned, you guys end up saying, oh, you should have chose better. So they're just like, you know what? We're out. We're out. We're not gonna get involved. If we get with you, we're gonna get cheated on. And if we don't get with you, you guys are gonna try to fucking guilt trip us and shame us for not giving it up on the fucking second date because you spent some money on me. Like, what?